Hey everyone, welcome to I Totally Love It. My name is Susan, and today I'm working on part 2 of Junk Journal Madness, February's journal. The theme is Forest Woodland, and my guest collaborator is Trish from Crafting Whimsy. Now, the theme is Forest Woodland. You take it from there with your colors, your um, focus, how you want to go. You see a little gnome and mushroom here, so you're going to see some gnomes in my forest journal. But if you want to just focus on nature too, that's awesome too. If you want to mash it up with Polly's Pretty's Coloring and Crafting Challenge, where she's got Polly's Fairy Core, that'd be an awesome mashup to do. And I think a few of you are already doing that. So today I'm going to focus on my signatures. And if you saw the last video, then you know my spine is 3 inches wide. And I'm going to put 5 signatures in there. I think it was. Yeah. And it's going to be a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. So it's going to be a chunky monkey. It's going to hold a lot of things. Or should I say chunky gnome, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with sharing the items that I've pulled to maybe create my signatures. They're all going to have similar formula as far as the items, but there will be differences, and the order of them will be different as well. So let's get on to what I've pulled so far. I've pulled out some dyed paper, and this is tea dyed paper. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of those, so there'll be one of each of those in each signature. And then I've pulled out my other, that was from one Etsy shop, that was Huckleberry Sky. I don't remember this shop, but I do know these greens, these darker colors, you need to give kind of advanced, like you need to plan ahead. Like it took 3 to 4 weeks, I think, to get them. So I pulled 2 solid green. I pulled out a green that's got like a floral stencil pattern. This is an avocado dyed, and then that's a different creator's like coffee or tea dyed paper. So each one will get 2 dyed papers. I pulled out some sheets here. Let's see here. Okay, so I found this just a little bit ago. I'm not sure if I'll use it. It's kind of brittle. This is from one of those highlights magazines, but I had Father and Mother Bear go away, and on this side, the timber toe. So I thought that was creative. So if I can find a way to use it, I will certainly try to. I've got some sheet music. This one's called Tales from the Vienna Woods, and then the others really are just kind of random. I don't think the titles had anything spectacular. So 1 in each signature. I had this calendar page. This is from, can I tell? I don't know, but it's got guy's old phone number on it. But anyways, we'll use that, and then we'll cover up some of the stuff on the other side. This is from 1955. That's kind of cool. The back is blank. It's got a little bit of aging on it, so that's fun. And then I pulled out 3 more from a planner calendar. All right, and these are just some big text pages that I found in my stash. Some of these are kind of nature related. They're Sportsman's Library. Got a picture. It's lilac. I've got this. I liked the colors. We've got that one. It's like forest. Oh, and that's from my hand scroll, apparently. And then I pulled out some vellum. I don't think that's on my vellum. Here's one. I got this one. I got all of these on clearance at Hobby Lobby. So go check out, whenever they have clearance on their scrapbook pages. This one was kind of cool, the little feather duster plant. All right, and then this is actually from a forestry book. I don't know if it's like a textbook because it's got a lot of math formulas in it, but it was from Mississippi State or University of Mississippi. But Mississippi State and the Mississippi Cooperative Extension Service. So I thought those were would be fun to use because they're, you know, forest related. All right. What else do I have? I've got some map pages here. These were the kind that extended out, so I tore them off. So I'll have to probably have to cut them down a little bit. That'll be a smaller one. So I've got plenty here. Most of those are from the same book, but not all. I think this one's from one of those fold-out maps. Let's see. I've got scrapbook paper. As you know, if you know me, I've got scrapbook paper. So I pulled out florals. Tended to have, you know, more green in it. This was fun. Look at that. That's beautiful. These are my 49 Market ones. I'm gonna put those at the bottom. We'll talk about those in a minute. That one out. All these tree ones. That one's fun. This is a two-sided one. I've pulled a bunch of greens. Anything with leaves. This is single-sided. Usual thicker, but single-sided. These 49 Market ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think most of these, I'm not gonna say. Well, some of these are from the Nature Study Kit, but I got these in that 49 Forever box. And I thought these could be the outside of each signature. Kind of keep it, you know, hardy. Is that a word? That was fun. That one's Toast Paper 3. This one's from Plum Grove. This one's Nature Study Etchings. That's the back. And this one's Plum Grove Flourish. So those will be the outside. And then what else do I have here? I've pulled this card, this craft envelope. I've got this envelope. And this envelope actually came from this set here. And I'm not sure if those come apart or if it's just supposed to be folded. So we'll find out if it comes apart or not. Got a couple of ledger pages that were already pulled out. Pulled off this yellow receipt from Eastman Kodak Company. This is Sherwin-Williams, one of their paint process charts. This was in my stash. I have no idea. It's 2 different charts. So when you fold them, it'll be cool because one will be there, one will be there. All right, and then I print out a few digitals. Not a whole lot. This is not going to be, as far as papers, digitally heavy. But there will be a few in here. So let me share what I did here. So this one, I wish I could remember who they were now, but they're like 2 different individuals, like the front and the back. One is like Whisper 1, 2, 3, Whispery Woods. I'll try to link them below. But these 2 went together, you know, same kit. And these lined sides came from the same one. This is from a different kit. Isn't that fun? Little ants or spiders. Okay. I think this one, that one, think that one, no, it's not. It's coming up. Okay. This one I printed on the back of scrapbook paper. These are little 8.5 by 11 papers. They just fit right in your printer. Just put it in according to your printer's guidelines on which side's going to print. But I will tell you, those little sheets, they do come with a little price thing. So figure out where that is in reference to the image you're printing. So that shouldn't be too tough to cover with like a little cluster or something. I did do this one first and realized I had put it in backwards. So it's up here in the sky. We'll have to put a little cluster up there, or a little, probably a cluster or like a corner tuck or something. That's beautiful. That's on the back of that paper. All right, and this image here, this is my front porch. Yeah, my front porch. And this is Marcy's Design Creatives. Is that right? Marley Design Creatives. Okay, I knew I was going to get it wrong. So I'll link those. I'll try to link the kits if I can remember to do that. So I don't have enough of these little things here, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to find one more, and I might have one in my box here. I don't know how you organize for your kits or your big projects, I should say. But I have an Irish container. So I just made that in Junk Journal Sketches. Go check that video out. I've had this for a while. The Thomas Kincaid Cottages postcards. So I'll put a few of those in there. There's my guideline for my signatures. Probably put one of these in there. And this was 99 cents originally, $8. Never used. Let's open it up and go ahead and add one. A little paradise plant. And it doesn't have envelopes. Yes, it does. They're on the back. I lied. Sorry. So let's grab one of those, and we need to use one of those or the other. I do have more paper down here that I've pulled. I've got, let's get this so everybody can see. So I apologize if my camera is going in and out of focus. Okay, hang on. Keep getting my finger in there. I have the lumberjack kit as well. So I'm not sure if I want to put, chopping wood and looking good. But I might put like the bear cub thing. So, and that one with a fish. That would be fun. Oh, there's some more green papers that I missed when I pulled everybody out. So I have some more. Oh, there's my other mushroom I printed. These were some that I just bought. I just stuck them in here. And then I have that, which I got in the Ranger Ink mystery box. So now I can put it to use. And is that when I got that? And that. I think so. And then I got this one for Christmas with all the butterflies and the bugs and whatnot on that. So we'll pull these out. I had this paper, but obviously I've used that on this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward while I make decisions on what paper goes where. And I do have some other papers I could pull here. I've got, I don't want to pull this whole pack out, but I've got, a lot of people have this pack from Amazon that has those. It has, this paper has a smell to it though. I've never been able to get rid of it as long as it's sat here. If you have this pack, does it smell to you? Or is it just me? Maybe it's, I got it at thrift shop, so no telling. But I know you can get that on Amazon. Anyway, so I have these if I need to pull these out and use those as well. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on fast forward, put a little music to it so you can watch me do it. And you don't have to hear me go, ha. All right, guys, let's sit back, relax, enjoy some tunes, and let's get cracking. Okay, guys, let's revisit a few things here. So this is part A because it's taking me a while to do this part. These bits, I think what I'm going to do, instead of sewing them in the signature, they'll get glued in, or, my fun little moose here, will just go in a pocket of some sort, to be a journal spot. Because this thing's getting thick. I also didn't do anything with the 49er market paper, because you're familiar with their paper. It's like super thick. And I feel like this is pretty chunky, because when I sit this in the spine or in the journal, it's already pretty good. So why is this one? There we go. I do have to trim some papers down because while they're not too bad hanging out, I really don't want them, if I can contain them inside this outer scrapbook paper. So that paper, I really didn't intend to do the pocket thing. I kind of forgotten. Journal's upside down. It's good, Susan. So let me share that with you in case you're not familiar with that. And you saw me trying to use my new multi-tool for scoring, but that was challenged with trying to score at 6 and at 3, or it was really like, because it only goes to 6 inches. So so sometimes you're going to use your big one. So I guess it depends on your project. But I scored at 6 inches vertically, where you're going to want to sew it in. And because my journal is 9 inches tall, I didn't score at 3 inches from the bottom. I did 3.5. So this comes out at 8.5 inches tall. And then, use your bone folder, burnish it down. That's not my favorite word. I don't know what is with that word. My ears don't like it. But when you have it like this, folded at your 6-inch score, if you'll just snip a little sliver from the base to that score line, just the thinnest little sliver, you can fold those pockets up and you won't get that bulk where it gets real bulgy, and they can lay flat. So tip for you there. You can also take that thinner paper, cut off however much you want. You can also cut this thinner paper down. I haven't tried it with super thick paper, but the thinner scrapbook paper, cut it to 8.5 by 11 and stick it through, just like you do with 8.5 and 11 scrapbook paper, and you can print. And if it's from a pad, it's not going to have that price on it. If it's one of those individual sheets, cut off the part that's got the pricing on the back. And and then rearrange these. I'll probably still kind of rearrange these a little bit, but you want to put something in the center that's kind of, when you have a picture like that, or even like that one, that's gorgeous in it. But I think I want the one with the fog. You want something in the center, so when you open it up, you're like, whoa, look at that. And just remember, when you're journaling, every page doesn't have to have something on it. That's a lesson I had to teach myself, because I wanted to put something on every page, but some of the pages are just pretty to look at, and some pages you can just write in a little journal spot there. Throw those vellum pages in there for interest. Don't have to do anything with them. You can tear the edge a little bit if you want to. I'm not going to sew these in today in this video, because that's going to probably take a whole video, just because it's 5 of them and I'm doing the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And I really want to kind of talk through that. So that'll come out later in the week. And I might want to stencil on a few of these. So I'm kind of going to do that before I sew these in. So anything that you might want to do to pages that it's easier when it's loose, consider that before stitching in. It's a little easier if you're doing a single signature, but when you got multi-signatures like this, that does get challenging. So now each one of these has thicker scrapbook paper, fold it into a pocket in the front and the back, and then a thinner paper. That's pretty, isn't it? That's tough to decide like where to cut it, but I think that turned out pretty good. And this paper, guys, I just could not figure out where to cut it. And I guess I could have cut a little bit here and a little bit at the top, but that's so pretty. As I'm getting ready to sew them in, and I count each signature and see how much there is. If I think about it, I'll go back and trim that. That's one thing about that trimmer too, that all-in-one. If it has an extender ruler, I don't know where it is. I got to figure out how that works, but my other Fisker one has that extender, so for your bigger pages, that helps. Yeah, so there are my signatures for now. And the next time I see you, I'll probably already have these trimmed down, stenciled a little bit, I'm sure. Maybe we'll see. And I'll come back and show you how to sew those in. So I'll do a little bit of a tutorial. I'm not a master at it, just a heads up. Susan has only done a 5-hole pamphlet stitch one time. Even the 3-hole throws me for a loop. But how are we going to get better unless we practice, right? That's what I teach my students. We learn to make mistakes, and we learn from those mistakes. We learn to make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes by learning. I mean, you got to do it. So, as my high school band director said, perfect practice makes perfect. So, when I perfect it, then I'll be better at it all the time. All right, you guys, I appreciate you and your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and go check out my playlist. I have a playlist for my videos, but I have one for all the participants, and I've got a few this month joining in with Trish and myself. All right, you guys, I appreciate you and your time. See you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.